Listen and respond. Listen to the interview of Dr. Michael Jansen, a leading archaeologist, taken by a journalist. Then respond to the questions in the given response sheet. Journalist: would you call the archaeologist a special kind of detective?
Sure, the archaeologist, like the detective, has to take bits and pieces from here and there together to form a logical pattern which resembles the real thing. The archaeologist has two major roles: to collect data and interpret it.
Journalist: what evidence do you need?
There are two kinds of evidence: interpreting cultures with a written script that has already been deciphered, and cultures without a written script. In the first, we can read what is written, so our interpretation from the artifacts is quite accurate. Where there is no script, we rely entirely on material evidence. We put it all together and guess what each artifact could have been used for.
Journalist: where do you look?
All artificial mounds are of special interest to archaeologists. Mounds are cultural deposits of early civilizations.
Journalist: how are history and archaeology related?
Archaeology is a part of history, and history helps the archaeologist decide what to look for.
Journalist: do you use scientific methods?
They are getting more scientific each day. All organic material like trees, animal bones can be dated very accurately now.
Journalist: why did you study architecture as well as archaeology?
It helps one understand the structure and construction of an ancient city. That's how I've understood the structure of Mohenjo-daro, where I am now working.
Journalist: what qualities must an archaeologist cultivate?
Observation, so that even small objects can be easily recognized and recorded accurately. Knowledge of history and the language of the culture being studied is important. Finally, she or he must be something of a detective, being able to put clues together and interpret his finds.
Journalist: can children take interest in archaeology?
Children find it fascinating. In Germany, school children are taken to museums and sites where they actually learn how to make pottery and are encouraged to imagine how people lived in ancient times. It is as interesting as a detective game.
Journalist: any message for our listeners?
I'd ask them to remember that there is a future in the past. We have to understand the past in order to be able to live in the present as well as in the future.